All wings report in.
HouseDog, standing by.
MotherGoose, standing by.
Lowtech Tuck, standing by.
Lock S foils in attack position. Animal Squadron ready for battle.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Animal Squadron podcast. I'm one of your hosts, HouseDog, and with me, the other true showrunner, the only reliable host we've ever had, the one, the only, Lowtech Tuck.
What's happening?
Back again.
Good to be here. Glad to be here.
Keeping the show running, honestly.
Feeling thankful today, man.
For what, specifically? Tell me.
Just being on the show. My boys, you know?
I mean, you know, all original cast members here. That's all that really matters.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? I said it plural. I meant just my boy, actually.
Yeah, there we go. We're the only ones that have ever done this show. There's only been you and I.
Yeah, I hope our editor fixes that. That instead of boys, that I said boy. But
well, you know, it's quite possible.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll do me a solid because he's just cool like that. But
which, you know, we have a new member of the Animal Squadron podcast family.
Yeah, we kind of do, I guess.
Yeah,
you're right.
If you guys didn't know, in addition to Goose / Elijah leaving us forever and abandoning us because he's just too good for us now and doesn't care about the show anymore, not like Tuck and I do, we've acquired a new editor, a better editor, because he's better and an editor. You know, it's like Palpatine said, you know, soon he'll have a new apprentice, one, you know, much younger, more powerful than Count Dooku. That's basically what our new editor is. So
exactly. Yeah.
Joey, if you want to insert a clip here of introducing yourself to everyone, that'd be great. Or don't.
It's up to you, man.
Your choice.
Whatever you want to do.
We give you full power. You know, we trust you. You're probably the best editor we've ever had. I think things will only go up.
I love him so much that if he wants to even just insert a clip of just awkward silence, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, honestly,
no
whatever
qualms.
he wants. If you just want to cut the whole show and just, you know, have it you talking, that's fine too.
That sounds sick as hell, honestly. So
we just want you to have that power here as editor of the Animal Squadron podcast, the bedditor.
Yeah,
I think that's good. You know what? I think that if Joe's cool with it, I think that we should make that his name. He's the bedditor.
The bedditor. I like it.
The better editor.
And also too, I think he should remove all the clips of his name and just he's just the bedditor. That's the only way that he's referred to at all. I like it. It's kind of like the Emperor. Like, it's a little scary, but it's cool.
Yeah, well, that's what we got going on. Today we're back on Andor, season 2, episode 4. Ever gotten gonorrhea?
What?
Oh no, ever been to Ghorman? I misread that.
Oh yeah. Well, it happens. It happens. Sounds the same, basically the same. I get it.
Maybe that's where it comes from.
Probably, actually. That makes a lot of sense that an old English word would come from new Star Wars. I mean, I think that makes perfect sense.
Before we get into the episode, what would you rate it enjoyment level?
I was very entertained by it, and I think it builds the story up. It did pique my interest, I would say, because it's starting to introduce what I think is going to be the main plot.
Quite a long episode as well.
Yeah.
Clocking
Whenever
in.
I finished it, I looked and I was like, holy crap. I mean, I've been watching this for 50 minutes, basically.
It's got like in between actual start time is almost 4 minutes in, and end time is about, like you said, 49 minutes. So a 46-minute episode is a pretty big drop. I think the longest one we've had so far.
Yeah, I think so too. What did you think?
I think I feel nearly, probably almost exactly the same as you, sir. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad episode. There's a lot of stuff going on.
No, it's good.
And there's way more story to tell, but this did feel like the first kind of and I hate to use this word, but filler almost.
Well, I mean, it's episode 4 of an 8-ish season.
Yeah.
I mean, an 8-ish episode season. So, you know, I mean, there's got to be a little bit.
That, and we have time skipped here.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we said that we would expect some time skips. I want to say we did, but we've done it here. We're 1 year later. We're in BBY 3. I also don't like how they put the letters and then the number still. That upsets me. I want number and then letters.
Yeah, because like reading it was always 3 BBY, 4 BBY, 19 BBY. Like it was never BBY whatever.
They're trying to do Mandela effect on us, Tuck.
I won't let that happen because I remember.
Soon enough, all the kids are going to be saying it's always been BBY 3, old man. You're going senile on me.
Well, and you know what? I'll yell at them to get off my lawn. So, yeah, do something about it is what I'd say.
Very well. But yeah, we're a year later. What happened in the last episode? I feel like we haven't talked about Andor.
A lot. That was the one.
That was the farmer one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they escaped barely. Yeah. So quite a bit happened last time.
Yeah, but now we're a year later, and I think I predicted Cassian and Bix getting back together as well.
You might have. I don't remember. But yeah, no, interesting. I mean, as soon as it opens up with Bix's nightmare.
Which I thought was a very interesting scene, because it felt really real.
It really did. But I think that was the intention, because her nightmares are so real to her.
Well, I think this show does a really good job of showing what PTSD looks like and what the life after being a prisoner of war looks like.
Yeah, I mean, and how you will never be the same, because it's even later she's talking to Cassian about a guy that they killed, and he keeps telling her like he was a soldier, he was a threat, like we had to.
Yeah, it was him or us.
And she clearly is having trouble processing that.
Which I wonder if the guy from the opening dream sequence is the person she's referring to later.
The doctor who tortured her?
No, the guy who's in the chair during her nightmare.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that we know exactly who they're talking about.
I believe you're right, sir. It's just kind of ambiguous.
Yeah, because at first I thought it was the guy who assaulted her last episode that they were talking about, since Bix pulled the trigger on that one. But also I was like, but it doesn't make a lot of sense why she would have so much trouble accepting it. But yeah, I mean, I think this is another person. I think you're right. Another unknown Imperial guy.
Just another cog in the machine, brother.
That's right. And he got grinded up
and spit back out by Mr. Gorsh.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, that's kind of our opening scene, and they're on Coruscant, right?
I don't know.
It seems like Coruscant.
It's a city planet for sure. I mean, it looks like Coruscant. And also, it makes sense how Luthen is able to meet with Lando. I mean, not Lando. Luthen is able to meet with Cassian so easily.
You know what? This is the first one, but Bedditor, find out what planet's in the opening sequence for us, please, and insert it here. Or don't. It's your choice, you know. We don't want to... You do enough for the show. You work very hard for the show, and we don't want to, give you extra work. We don't want to tire you out.
Are you done kissing the Bedditor's butt, or?
I thought we were doing a thing. I thought this was our new bit.
What, licking his boot?
All right, fine. I guess we'll go back to the old bit of where I hate you.
That's all right.
I guess you missed it. You say such sweet nothings to me over text getting ready for the show, and then I show up and you're just, mean to me.
Well, I'm just a tease like that. I think you do that.
Speaking of teases, back to the real star of Andor, my main man Cyril on Ghorman.
That's right. Also, real quick, did it ever occur to you that we've been friends for 25 years?
25 too many.
Doesn't that make you feel old? Anyways, yeah, we see Cyril, which is wild. Yep.
Living on Ghorman.
Yeah, and I was a little bit confused at the start.
I was too.
It starts to make a lot more sense as it goes on.
In the beginning, before things, the story continues, in my head, I'm like, did him and Daedra move to Ghorman together while she gets stationed there, and now they're living like this I Love Lucy life?
Well, that's kind of what I thought at the start, was like, did she take him with her?
Which is what I was hoping for.
Me too. I was hoping for way more awkward sequences of them two together.
I need so much more Cyril and Daedra in this show, and I hope I get it.
Also, can we get like the most bizarre kiss on Earth between them? Be beautiful.
I'd
in its
want
own
there
weird way
to be lots of tongue, but only from one side.
You'd want it to make you feel really uncomfortable. Yeah, It's beautiful. Yep.
Exactly. There's also pigeons on Ghorman.
With massive throats. Like, they look like they like swallowed balloons.
Mm-hmm. But it's like one of the most normal looking creatures we've ever seen in Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just looks like a pigeon that swallowed a balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
I don't know. I was just thinking about him.
And also big spider.
Big spider. Always big spider.
Yeah.
Ghorman spiders.
Yeah.
What you think about Cyril's conversation with his mother? I mean, it goes about how all of his interactions with his mom go.
Yeah, the main thing I have with that is I like that he was using it to pull information, and he knew full well he was being spied on. So, like, he uses it to his advantage because he knows what she's going to say, and he knows how she's going to act.
Yeah, why is Cyril turning into James Bond?
I don't know, but I kind of like it. Like, he's not Weenie Hut Jr. anymore. He's growing up. He's doing things.
But he still is like the Weenie Hut Jr. of 007s.
You know what, though? He's becoming Weenie Hut Sr., though. Yeah. He's trying.
Not Weenie Hut General.
Not Weenie Hut General. Weenie Hut Sr. right now. Or maybe Captain Weenie Hut. How about that?
I'm for it, honestly.
Weenie Hut Captain or Captain Weenie Hut, whichever.
I'm for it. I am all for Cyril becoming something.
Yeah. Yep, he's doing it, man. He's doing it. It's beautiful. Brings a tear to your eye, even just seeing it.
And his mom is still terrible.
Yeah, she sucks.
But yeah, Cyril's turning into this like master spy where he's tying thread to his door while he leaves in the morning because he notices there's like spies in his backyard watching him, monitoring his phones. I'm like, who's this man?
And then also too, whenever he's reporting it to Daedra, he's all hyped that they, are watching him. He's like, oh, they're watching me, like it's working. When like I feel like a couple years ago, he would have been scared out of his mind, but
just wrote it in his dream journal and been off on his way.
Yeah, wrote it in his dream journal and then cried himself to sleep at his mom's house is probably how he would have handled it a couple years ago. But now he's a man. He's Captain Weenie Hut now. And he knows what's up.
Stared at Daedra from afar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which he's still doing, but the thing I have respect for is he's talking to her. He's trying.
But I also like how the Ghorman resistance, whenever they're talking about like trying to recruit Cyril, they mention that the mother is terrifying.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
I don't know. I like when Star Wars does that stuff.
Oh, me too. Yeah. The Ghorman front also, did you get 1920s communist revolution vibes? I did the whole time.
I can definitely see that.
The events in 1920s Russia on Earth. You know what I'm talking about? Like communist revolution. It's just kind of what it reminded me of.
I was thinking more like the Communist Party in the later years.
What, like China?
No.
Are you talking about a certain socialist party?
Oh, no.
Possibly in mid-Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of, but then I was trying to remember what time place that Peaky Blinders takes.
Oh, yeah, it kind of reminds. So really, like for me, it just kind of reminded me of like blanket political revolution, but especially socialist communist.
Yeah, but you watched Peaky, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You remember in the later seasons, whenever it's like where the Nazis are like first starting to emerge, and Cillian Murphy's character gets like involved with them, not by his character wanting to, but he kind of gets pulled into it, and they're not entirely the Nazis yet, and then they become the Nazis.
Yeah, they were socialists.
Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of, like that kind of feel.
Yeah, yeah, and that's very similar to the 1920s Russian Communist Revolution. It's very similar to the Chinese Communist Revolution. That's just kind of how those political grassroots movements work. But that's what it reminded me of.
Well, it's all from the same playbook.
Like that. Yeah, yeah, and it happens throughout human history. It happens. So, but anyways, yeah, that's what I was thinking of whenever I was watching that. I was like, we have seen this before.
Oh, Tuck. I missed you, pal.
Missed you too, buddy.
Trying to think of what else happens. The store scene doesn't really matter. They just go to the store together. And then the guys try to recruit Cyril.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me about the whole Cyril thing is it's like he goes to one meeting and they're like handing him the keys to the kingdom on like day one. They're like, hey, government employee, do you want to take part in our revolution? We would love to have you as part of our revolution, government employee. Here are the keys. Here, please meet the boss of our revolution, government employee. Like, it's really weird, like how they just kind of really, really go for it all.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing about the struggle with this show is that they're on such a strict timeline. We don't know specifically how long Cyril has been on mission in Ghorman.
Oh, they may have been watching him for a long
months,
time. Yeah, that's a good point.
And so he's been building this rapport of these talks with his mother that, Daedra's ensuring that him and his mom talk, like twice a week or whatever it was. And, she's very sympathetic to the Empire and supports the Empire. And now Cyril's on this faraway planet. They're monitoring his phone calls, so he doesn't outright say he's against the Empire, but he's like, I can see why the Ghormans are upset. They're good people, yada, yada, yada. All these things. Yeah. I'm doing important work out here. So, Cyril could have been out there for, 9 months at this point, or 10 months, or maybe he's been there this entire past year.
Yeah, and especially, too, since he realizes that they're watching him. That makes sense.
And if you think about it, his girlfriend's in the ISB, and so they already are tracking this. That's why he's there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he already has all the information he needs.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. And I think it goes back to Daedra's recommendation to Krennic about you've got to find a rebel force that's basically like hapless enough to ruin everything themselves.
That makes all the moves you want them to make.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's what this is that she's planted Cyril there to find a rebel group that's hapless and has no idea what they're doing.
What if Cyril becomes a rebel leader?
Also, too, can you imagine that lovers' quarrel between
what if he convinces Daedra to leave the ISB and they become rebels?
That'd be wild.
And they like go down in a blaze of glory or something.
Yep, and we get to see more weird dinners for a while. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Only instead of Cyril's mom, they're meeting with like Luthen and Mon, stuff like that.
Or what's his face? Forrest Whitaker's guy.
Oh, Saw Gerrera.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Cyril.
Yep.
I heard your mother's coming. I don't know why I sound like Bane.
Well, it's kind of similar. Yeah. I want you to set me up with your mother, Cyril.
How does she feel about me?
Space Tinder has been pretty empty lately. I'll take anything
That's
at this point.
Bring in the poor gullet. We will get the truth.
Beautiful. Honestly, I think that should be an episode on your telenovela, personally.
You know what? I'll let you write it.
That's beautiful. Yep. Saw and Cyril's mom in an even more awkward date.
Would you agree to play Cyril's mom though?
Would you be Saw in that case? Waka waka.
I think Hollywood's pretty cut and dry about blackface these days, so I don't know if I could play Saw.
Okay, fair enough. I just gotta. I mean, at least make him handsome, man. Do me a favor. Come on.
We could make Elijah be Saw. He's not here to defend himself.
All right, you got a deal. I'll do it.
There we go.
You got me on the record. Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
I appreciate you supporting me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've got you covered, man.
I want to know why Cyril ate the spider note, though.
Well, no, it's there's a candy in there. It's a toy. I think it's a tourist thing.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a candy or like some kind of treat in there.
Yeah, so the paper is probably like a rice paper, or like the equivalent of like like it's edible is what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I understand destroying the evidence, but this is like, why not just tear it up? Kind of weird there, Cyril. And then I kind of just chalked it up to one of Cyril being Cyril. Excuse me, Cyril being
just
Cyril.
being weird.
Yeah, just being like, I have to make sure nobody realizes what I'm doing. What's the best thing to do? Eat the note.
If I ever want to make Weedy Hut gin roll, I have to eat this paper.
What would Daedra do? Yeah, and then just another great 007 Cyril moment where he gets back in the, oh, it's my favorite person.
Yeah, she's just walking by real quick.
Tell her if she ever interrupts the podcast again, she'll be beaten.
You want to tell her right now?
No, please don't. Tell her that I love her. She's going to ask, what is he saying? Tell her I love her.
I think I'll wait till whenever you're off air.
No.
And then I can tell her whatever I want to.
She knows I molest you.
Yeah, it's true. She's like, is he being mean? I'm gonna cry. Because all she's yeah, so
all right,
he said that he loves you and he misses you.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you get.
Great. Now I'm the mean one. Yeah, 00 Cyril, being the super spy that he is, finds a way back into his office after hours that he's not supposed to be there to call his girlfriend.
All because he asks someone way below him on the corporate ladder to do him a solid.
Yeah,
but that's real spy work, though.
Just give me a hand here.
Is asking someone that will probably let you in anyway to let you in. That's hardcore right there.
I don't know, dude. They were watching pod racing. They were pretty locked in.
Those guys are pretty serious. Absolutely.
As far as security goes. Well, that's the thing. You also got to think he can't raise suspicion. Like, he can't tell the Imperial guys to just let him in because he's on a secret mission.
Well, yeah. No, I just thought it was, I was just making fun of him. But
He's just
it makes sense.
He's just a bean counter at Ghorman. But I think this is some special accounting building, it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, I could believe it. And it's the Bureau of Standards.
Yeah, I think it's like an
where he works,
accounting type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I bet also Imperial money can buy a really nice building or build one.
Possibly. What do you think about I love that moment whenever he's in there talking to Daedra and he's like, I found the rebels and all this stuff, and he's telling Daedra all this, and he's like, so do you think we should call Paragetz now and brief him?
He wants to go home so bad, dude.
No, I think he just wants to be a hero.
Oh yeah, but also he wants to go home and be with her too, I think.
Well,
especially as a hero.
Well, I do think their relationship is serious and quite loving. I don't think Cyril will ever change from who he is at his core, where he envisions himself as this super, this super spy, this super sleuth.
And
You
also
know what
he
I mean?
desperately feels like he needs to prove himself.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, like
who
everything he does is based on low self-worth and like feeling like he needs to prove himself.
wonder where he got that from.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he had a mean mom, right?
No.
Yeah.
He had a cool mom.
He had a cool mom. She let him stay up till 7:20 on weeknights.
Yeah, and then it's straight into the ISB. And I always forget that redheaded guy is a mole.
Yeah, me too.
I forget that.
Me too, even though
every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, in this instance, like, he really risks his life.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of interesting. I guess he's just that committed to the mission that he'll risk his life to say what he needs to say. But
Well, he doesn't really have a lot of choices.
well, yeah. I mean, like, Luthen has him backed way into a corner.
Yeah.
And also, literally, in the episode, he backs him in a corner.
Yeah, he's got homie by the cojones and ain't letting go.
Yeah.
Anytime
And in
soon.
fact, he just keeps squeezing.
Oh,
And it's terrible.
Tuck, this is a family-friendly show.
You said cojones and I said squeezing. We didn't say exactly what that is. We didn't give any sort of mental picture.
That's true. But we could
I
draw
would
one
say
in.
we're well within our PG-13 guidelines right now.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, so they're Partagetz is talking about what's going on in the galaxy. And basically he asks one of the guys, he's like, hey, why am I not getting results? And homie's just like, well, we're making too many arrests and we don't have the infrastructure to deal with it. Like, all of our time is being spent sending people to prison. And we have nothing else to, like, help with that. And the mole guy bails out one of the other guys there. He's like, I have the same problem. No, so homie's like, the prisons are full. Mole guy kind of bails him out with Partagetz, and he's like, my sector's having the same trouble. We can't really do what we need to do or make any progress on like the Axis stuff because we find out Daedra got pulled off the Axis stuff to deal with Ghorman stuff, of course. But I don't really think, or we know for sure that that's not a known thing. I think between this whole table of ISB, because the whole Ghorman project is obviously secret, because it's tied into the Death Star, yada, yada, yada. Oh, Colonel Yularen gets mentioned as well.
Yeah, which I honestly, I know that they might not, but I would love to see live action Yularen. I think that'd be cool.
I think it would be quite interesting to see a live action Yularen. And
it's like they get an actor who looks like him and then they keep the voice from Clone Wars. I'd love it.
Yes.
And he just talks like that.
Which
That'd be beautiful.
Did D. Bradley Baker do Yularen as well? Because, I mean, he did
I don't know.
the voice of all the clones. But I want to say he did Yularen, too.
Really?
I
What
don't
can't
remember.
that guy do, man? That's crazy.
He does a lot of stuff. You know what I'll never forget? It was a couple of years ago, and I like called you or something, or maybe it was on the pod, and you're like, one of my brothers finally started watching Clone Wars, and he's like, you know what his favorite part is? I was like, what? And you're like, the beginning, whenever it's the voiceover of Admiral Yularen talking about what's happening in the episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's probably the main reason that he watched the whole thing. My brother.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Over Coruscant.
Yularen might be his favorite character, in all honesty.
We find our heroes trapped. Ahsoka Tano is in danger from General
War in
Grievous.
the galaxy.
What will Anakin Skywalker do to save his Padawan? Yeah, anytime I rewatch Clone Wars or something, I always think of that.
Me too.
Anything else about the ISB for you, sir? Anything that struck you or you'd like to talk about?
No, I am curious what Partagas was saying as far as that, like, the issue's not lost on him, as far as, like, them having no place to put all the prisoners, and that they have a solution. I'm curious what that solution is.
I think it's just gonna be sending more people to the Death Star.
Was the Death Star a prison?
I meant like more people going to work for it. Probably final preparations. Because we're 3 BBY
I
here.
gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. And
Either
also,
that-
I guess, too, if you had some prisoners, you could make them work on some low-stakes stuff on the Death Star.
Yeah, like we know it's damn near done.
Yeah, like you could start to use them as, not sure I can say this or not, but like use them as slave labor prisoners if you don't have prisons for them.
Well, I mean, that's what they've been doing the whole time. So, yeah. I'm thinking they're just going to use them as test subjects. I think everybody's going to get transported to some moon, and then that moon's not going to exist anymore.
I could see that also.
Because we know...
Especially after they're used for labor. Just like, oh, we're done with you.
Yeah, I mean...
Go to this moon where you'll retire.
Yeah, they gassed all the Geonosians once they did their part for the Death Star.
Yeah, which, I mean, hey, you know what? They are following through because death, in some ways, is kind of a retirement.
You know, it's somebody's plan, not theirs.
So, I mean, you're not working anymore. So, hey, you know what? Maybe the Empire's not so bad.
Yeah, and we know this new era of Star Wars isn't afraid to add more lore to the old stuff. I mean, that's what this entire show does. But I mean, like with Rogue One, before then, you didn't really think about the Death Star being used before it blew up Alderaan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, you just think that that's the first and only time that it gets used.
But I mean, we know with Rogue One, that's not true. I mean, Jeddah got blown up. Scarif.
Yeah. Yeah. And also it makes total sense. I mean, you've got to test it. Like you don't necessarily know what it's capable of without testing it, so.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And then it's just a brief time with Mon in this episode.
But very important.
Why don't you talk about it then, pal?
So because it's been a little bit since we recorded last, I don't quite remember what PORD is. Do you? I remember it's a bill, and I remember it has something to do with Ghorman.
PORD was the order for... It's what sent Cassie into prison. It's the prison order.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so, anyway... But
where they increase all the offenses.
That's right.
It'd be essentially like in today's world, if you shoplifted and instead of like paying a fine or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they charge you with
send
grand
you
theft
to 3
instead.
years of prison.
Like charge you with like a felony for
Yeah.
stealing a candy bar. Like things like that are just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's doing everything she can to try to block it. She's trying to talk to the different senators. She's even throwing statistics at them. Like, for instance, on Ghorman, which was one of the most peaceful planet only 2 years before this episode, crime's up 38%. And those statistics are arrest records and things like that. So whenever she brings that up, what she's saying, or what I believe what she's saying, is that it's not necessarily that the crime itself is going up, but the arrests are, and people put in prison are, and and these politicians need to care about it. But unfortunately, a lot of the politicians seem way, way afraid of the Empire at this point, because I think they're starting to realize what they're into. Like, this isn't just the next government after the Republic. This is a government that's willing to do literally anything to control you. And so they're all obviously very afraid for their lives. And so much so, even the Ghorman senator doesn't, like, he is not willing to not support PORD because he doesn't want to die.
Well, I think, again, that's the cool thing about Andor, is that I think it helps enhance the lore of A New Hope, because there's a line in it, and I want to say it's a Leia line, where she talks about like how the Senate's like basically being absolved. I think it's one of her talks between her and Tarkin, where Tarkin's
yeah.
this battle station will keep the systems in line. We no longer need the Senate.
Yeah. And then she says it's either like the Senate's already pointless, the Senate's already been absolved, something like that. Like even if there are people in the Senate, that it doesn't even matter at this point.
Right. Which
because
Andor
all
helps
hope is
support that.
lost, which gives birth to a new hope.
Man, so poetic, Tuck.
Yeah, all hope needs to be lost for there to be a new hope. So
yeah,
yep,
I just think
there.
This helps support what happens in episode 4 and just kind of gives more life to lines that you wouldn't really even think about because it doesn't matter. And I think seeing the fall of the last remnants of democracy within the Empire is important.
Oh, I do too.
And I think it helps fill a lot of spaces.
Yeah, because like one thing with A New Hope is I think one thing especially that it enhances is it's easy just from the way that A New Hope and the original trilogy go to see that like obviously the Empire's the bad guys. But you don't see like why they're the bad guys. You don't see the context behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm really, glad to have some of these shows because you can really see, what led to that. Like, not only are they a little bit controlling and kind of not nice, like they're actually evil and need to be stopped, So.
Right. Because, I mean, you get to see how the Empire showed up with the prequels and the grand plan and everything. But then that's just kind of it. But then you bring in Bad Batch, you bring in Clone Wars, and you're like, oh, this is how we get to... Because at face value, I think A New Hope is one of the most fun Star Wars films.
Oh, absolutely. And it's also, it's the original. Doesn't get much better than that.
But it's just a fun sci-fi adventure film. And it's, I think, one of the most... Of the original 6, I think it's one of the easiest to like just sit down and digest. Like even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I think anybody would probably watch A New Hope and be like, yeah, that was good. Like it was a fun, goofy little movie.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean like it was at the time there was a possibility that it was going to be a standalone.
Yeah.
And it runs like that, like where it could have been just a standalone movie and is every bit as enjoyable that way as it is in a series.
100%.
Yeah. But what I like about especially the newer Star Wars is that it just adds some context. It makes A New Hope a little bit more meaty than it was.
Yeah. Could you imagine Revenge of the Sith without Clone Wars animated?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I lived it. But I'm very thankful for Clone Wars because it just adds context.
But you also got to live in a time where Clone Wars existed. Out of all the times in all of time, you got to live during the time that Star Wars existed, my friend.
It's true. And also not just that, but is making new stuff and is actively going hard for the first time in a long time.
Maybe World War II wouldn't have happened if Hitler could have seen Revenge of the Sith. Just putting it out there.
Okay, Michael Scott, chill out.
Just putting it out
there. That sounds like an Office quote. That really does.
Just putting it out there.
Oh.
Back to Andor. Yeah, Mon. You pretty much said all I have to say about Mon. You did very well there, my friend. Thank you for summing that up. And then Mole Guy meets up with Luthen and tells him that Daedra's been working on Ghorman for an entire year. So I guess that does answer our earlier question of Cyril has probably been on Ghorman for a year or very close to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, like, I mean, whenever you said a year, I didn't even think about it just because, like, honestly, like 6, 9, 10 months, a year, what's really the difference? It's been a long time, whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything else I really have to say about this episode. Do you?
I don't know how much longer our mole man has.
Yeah, I think Lonnie's gonna die.
Is his name Lonnie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Great
Now,
job,
whether
pal.
the Empire or Luthen gets him first, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think he knows that he's kind
think
of
he knows that he's
outliving his
screwed.
usefulness.
Yeah, he's screwed.
Because even if he goes to the Empire and he's like, I've been selling secrets or whatever, they're going to kill him. And then if he runs from the ISB, Luthen's going to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so it's just, he doesn't have any options.
No, sir, he is pretty well screwed.
His goose is cooked, unfortunately.
Indeed it is, sir. Yeah, and then you talked about the communists in their little meeting already. Trying to think if anything else happens there. No.
Little meeting with maybe a little red book.
Star Wars Karl Marx confirmed?
Maybe. Yeah.
That wouldn't be good. And then Luthen is like sending Cassian to Ghorman, right?
Yes. Yes, he is, which is where I'm thinking this is going to get real interesting. Because obviously, Andor and Cyril know what each other look like and things like that. Like, they've seen each other before.
Hadn't even thought of that whenever I watched this.
I think this is going to
Cyril's
get real hairy real fast, to be
I don't
honest
know
with
why I didn't think of that. Oh, and Luthen told Andor not to bring Bix.
you. Also, with Ghorman, Cassian's being sent straight up to the front. And so I think that there's a good chance that we'll probably see a scene of a meeting and he and Cyril are like introduced to each other and like have to pretend that they don't know each other. And stuff like that. Like, I mean, I think this is going to heat up really fast. Is my prediction.
Give me a good old Inglourious Bastards moment where it's Brad Pitt pretending to be the Italian with Christopher Waltz's character.
Yeah, and he's like,
Buongiorno.
yeah, but he's like, I'm Italian.
How do you say your name? Gorlami.
It's beautiful.
Oh, we forgot all about Saw. And old Williamson is back again. Can't get rid of this guy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilman. I mean, but also he's got a very powerful weapon. Or, I guess it's fuel? I'm not sure what that thing is.
It's some sort of pump refiner thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, it allows him to be able to get fuel from anywhere at all times.
Yeah, that's the thing I couldn't really understand. Is if it's like a stealing thing? Like you can pump whatever you want from anywhere?
That's what I think. I think basically it converts whatever you are around into fuel. But then the material that does the converting, the brydonium or whatever it's called, is apparently very, very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's super volatile.
Yeah, like if you drop it, you'll die. If you smell it, you'll die. If you taste it, you'll die. Like, I mean, it's like there's no way to not die.
Oh,
it's like even Saw says, like, I mean, even if you like the way it smells and you breathe too deep,
Gonzo.
Yep.
This is one of Saw's bases, but they're on Dakar, which is in the sequel series. It's the Resistance base from the first one, second one.
I don't know, homie.
Which one? Scarif is Last Jedi. So I want to say Dakar's in the first. Nope, it's the second one.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the sequel trilogy in, 6-7 years. So I really don't remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's from that.
Yep. And our boy Two Tubes, he's there.
Oh, Two Tubes, always there.
2 Chainz. 2 Tubes.
Just couldn't help yourself, could you?
Yeah, I had to go for it. Yep.
But yeah, Saw's not letting old Williamson out of his sight. All he was supposed to do was drop off the Rhydonium thingy and jet.
Yep.
And Saw's like, nah, buddy boy, you're staying here.
Saw has altered the deal. Pray he doesn't alter it further.
Now, Tuck, don't be quoting lines.
quoting lines, spitting rhymes. That's what Two Tubes does, dude.
But yeah, Williamson ain't leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know if Williamson's gonna be going back.
I think he might die, to be honest with you. We'll see.
I don't know if Saw would kill him because he's obviously very mechanically inclined.
I don't think necessarily Saul would kill him, but I think Saul would definitely risk him over and over and over again until he dies.
Oh yeah, 100%, because
Yeah, and like no loyalty, no protection, nothing like that.
yeah, Saw needs Luthen just as bad as Luthen needs Saw.
Mm-hmm.
If not more so, Luthen needing Saw.
But also Saw doesn't need Willman.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, like, I don't think he's really going to be careful with him, which might get him killed.
Quite possibly, sir.
Yeah.
And then we get a really weird Andor and Bix scene to round it out.
Yeah, they're doing very weird hand cuddling stuff. Yeah, they're like they're tracing each other's hands, which, like, you know, you might think in like a rom-com or something might look sweet, might look cute, but like this is weird. They're like using like the sides of their hands to brush each other's hands, and also like they don't do the thing where like they like hold hands at the end or anything. They just keep doing the weird tracing thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Arguably worse than anything that Daedra and Cyril could do.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. I really do.
But yeah, looks like Andor didn't get a choice. He's going to Ghorman, whether he would want to or not. But that's just what happens when you work for old Luthen.
That's just baseball, man. It's just baseball.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about Bix just dropping space meth at the very end.
Yeah, I think poor Bix, dude. I really think that she just is trying so hard to get away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, she is getting into drugs. So
Ooh, what if
we'll see what happens.
Whenever he comes back from Ghorman, it's like, you watched Breaking Bad, right?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, okay, never mind then. You should watch it. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. But what if Andor goes to Ghorman and then she like overdoses, and he like
That's kind of what I was
calls
thinking.
Luthen and he's like, "Hey, have you been checking on Bix? Is like Bix okay?" And he's like, Yeah, she's fine. And then Andor comes back from the apartment after the mission's over, and she's just like dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah,
that wouldn't be good. Why do I think these things? What's wrong with me?
I don't know, but I think you might be right, because Bix doesn't make it to Andor. I mean, not Andor, but she doesn't make it to Rogue One. So
that, and in my viewpoint, I think Luthen would see Bix as more of a liability rather than a pressure point to push Andor, because she does have so many problems that, like, even Bix said it herself in one of their talks during this episode. She was like, "You put me before the mission every time we go out." And he's like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "You shot somebody in the face just because he saw me."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I had to kill him. He saw our faces. He could have done anything." And she was like, "But he wasn't even anybody important."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Luthen may be the kind where he might even know what's going on, and he would just let her die so that she'd get out of his way.
Well, I mean, it's one of Luthen's safe houses. To think that that place isn't bugged at the very least would, I think, is probably a little silly to think.
Mm-hmm. Well, he doesn't trust anyone. He doesn't even trust himself.
The man wears a wig. You can't trust a man that wears a wig.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was Andor this week.
It was.
I think you were right though when you what you said at the beginning. I think this was kind of tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it's really where I think the main plot is starting.
Well, we've got 3 episodes left, my friend. 5, 6, 7, and 8.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
I guess 4. But
I think it's gonna heat up quick. Like I said, I really do.
Whichever way you folks want to count.
Yeah, man. I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, buddy. Well, thanks everybody for coming by this week. Hopefully it's the full team back again next time, but who knows? If not, it'll either be me and Elijah back, or Tuck and Elijah, or me and Tuck, or all three of us.
We'll find out. We'll find out in the next one. But no matter what, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Give our Bedditor a nice welcome in the comments and your reviews.
That's true. Also,
Take us
this
out,
has
Tuck.
been a really good conversation. But speaking of conversations, if you want to be part of this one, email us at animalsquadron@gmail.com. Again, that is animalsquadron@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being a part of this, everybody. We have a good time making it, and we hope you have a good time listening to it. For the Animal Squadron, this has been Lowtech Tuck.
And HouseDog.